Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the feature multi-currencies in Odoo 16. For that, let me go to the accounting module, and here in the configuration settings, you need to enable the feature. So let me go to these settings here and search for the feature. So here you can see the main currency here. So you can set the main currency for a company. So once you have set the main currency for a company, you cannot change the currency of the company as it is based on the company localization. And if you try to change the currency and save the settings, you will be getting a user error pop-up. That is, you cannot change the currency of the company since some journal items already exist. Let me click it on OK, and let me change back to the USD. And you also have the option to enable the feature automatic currency rates. You can provide the service provider. You have different service provider, so based on your requirement you can change the service provider from here for your exchange rates. And you can also provide the interval, that is the period of time to update your currency rates. And you can also manually add the date from here. So if you go to the currencies, so let me save it, and if you go to the currencies, and here if you go to the currencies here, you can see the different currencies. So you can see all the currencies here. So let me search for INR, that is the Indian rupee. And if you want to activate this currency, you can activate this currency. So after activating it, if you go to the details here, you can see the currency, the name of the currency, and it's the status, whether it is activated or not. You can also see the currency unit, that is rupees, as it is the Indian rupee. And if you go here in the rates, you can see the date of your currency rate, and you can also see the company to which this currency belongs, and you can see the conversion, that is the unit per USD for your currency. And you can also see the vice versa, that is the USD per unit for your currency. So after that, let me go back to the settings, and here you can see in the drop down all the activated currencies. Yeah, so after that, let me save the settings. After saving the settings, now you can go to the vendors here, and you can see the details of all the vendors that are available. And if you want to create a new vendor, you can create a new vendor from here. Let me go back, and here you can choose one of the vendor, and you can change the country from here if you want. So let me change the country of the vendor as India. And here in the sales and purchase tab, you have the option to select the supplier's currency. So as I've enabled the currency INR, I can see all the activated currencies from here. So let me choose the currency INR and save the settings. So I have set the country of this vendor as India and the supply currency as INR. And now let me go to the purchase module and create an RFQ for this vendor. So let me create a new RFQ. Let me add the vendor from here. You can give the order deadline for this RFQ, and you can also specify the expected arrival. So let me add the product to the order line. So as I've added the product to the order line, you can see the subtotal is displayed in INR because we have set the supplier currency of this vendor as INR. Let me confirm this order. And depending on the bill control policy of this product in the order line, you can create the bill or the receipt. So if you go to the receipts here, you can just validate this, and you can see that it is in done state. And let me go back and generate the bill. And confirm it. So you can see that it is changed the postage date. So you have to add the bill date before you confirm it. So you can see that the bill is generated in INR for this customer, as we have set the customer's supply currency as INR. And now let me register the payment. And you can see it is in payment state. Now let me go to the sales module. And here you have the option to create the price list. So let me create a new price list. Let me give the name of the price list as Indian rupee. And here you can set the currency. So you can see all the activated currency from here. I'll give it as INR, and you can specify the company to which this currency is available. So if you leave it as blank, it will be available for all the companies. You can add this priced rule from here. So I'm not adding any priced rule for this currency for this price list. So after saving this price list, so you can see all the created price list from here. And now let me go to the orders and create a new quotation. So let me add the product from here, and you can add the refer person. You can add the quotation template if you want, and here you can add the expiration date, and you also have the field to add the price list. So let me add the price list which I have created, that is Indian rupee, and let me add the product to the order line. So after adding the product, as you can see, the subtotal is shown in Indian rupee, and if you change this to the other price list, you can see the currency of the subtotal is changed because the currency inside this price list is different. So let me choose the price list INR, and you can see this subtotal is shown in INR, that is Indian rupees. So after that, let me confirm it, and after confirming it, you can create the invoice for the product in the order line. So I'll be creating the product invoice for this product. So you can go to the invoice here. You can see that the invoice for this product is generated, and you can see the total. It is displayed in INR because the price, the currency inside the price list is INR, and we have set the price list which we have created. So let me confirm it, and you can see it has changed the post date. And if you want to register the payment, you can register the payment from here. And this is how you set the currency inside the price list. Let me go to the accounting module, and here in the accounting module, under the configuration tab, you have the journals. So you can see all the pre-configured journals from here, and if you want to create a new journal, you can create a new journal. So let me create the journal as INR. So I'll be giving the name as Indian rupee, and you can set the type of the journal. So let me choose the type as cash, and here you have the option to select the currency. So let me add it as INR, and you can also give the short code for this currency. So let me give it as INR. You can also specify the company to which this journal is available or is made to be available. So if we leave it as blank, it would be available for all the companies. So I'll be giving it as my company, as we are logged in as my company. So I'll be going back to the journals, and you can see the created journal from here, and you can also see the short code, the journal. After that, let me go to the customers and invoices. Let me create a new invoice. Let me add the customer from here, and let me add the product to the order line, and you can specify the invoice date. So let me specify the invoice date and confirm it. After confirming it, you have the option to register the payment for this invoice. So let me click on register payment, and you can add the journal. So let me add the journal which I have created, that is Indian rupee, and here As you can see that the amount is updated to Indian rupee, as we have set the currency inside this journal as Indian rupee. After that, it will be created, and you can see it is in payment state. And now if you go to the journals here, and if you go to the created journal, you can see the journal entries here, and you can see all the journal entries made through this journal. So here you can see the amount in currencies specified in rupees. That is the currency that is specified inside the journal, and the debit and the credit is specified in USD because the currency of this company is USD due to the company localization. And now let me show you how to update the currency rates of your currency. So for that, let me create an invoice, and let me add the customer's name here. And if I add the product to the order line and try to change the currency from here, you can see the subtotal is still in the currency that is USD, and you can see the symbol here for the total is changed to rupee. So before updating the currency, you need to make sure that the order line is empty. So let me make the order line empty, and now let me add the product to the order line, and you can see that the subtotal is shown in the currency which we have specified here. And now let me confirm this invoice and go to the configuration settings. And here in the configuration settings, you have the option to make the run for your exchange rate, to update your exchange rates. As I have told you earlier that we can provide the service provider's name and the interval. So let me go to the currencies here. You also have the option to manually update the exchange rates. So if you go to the currencies, you can add the currency rates from here. If you want, like if you add the line, you can manually add the line from here. You can specify the date, and you can specify the amount from here manually, and you can save the settings. And now let me go to the invoice which I have created. So this is the invoice, and do the payment for that invoice. So here, when I was creating the invoice, my exchange rate was not the same when I'm doing the payment. So let me show you how to see the difference in the exchange rates here. And if you go to the invoice, the list view, you can see the total in currency that is specified in rupees. The total is specified in the company currencies, and the tax excluded is also specified in the company currency. And now if you go to the reporting section, here you can go to the unrealized currency gains and losses, and if you filter it by today, you can see the exchange rates, the difference here, and you can see the difference here, the balance in foreign currency, the balance at operation rates, and you can also see the other details, that is the adjustment, what is the difference. So you can see the difference here. You can also see the balance at current rates. So you also have the option to print the details in PDF and XLS format. And now let me go to the dashboard. And now if you go to the configuration settings here, you have the chart of accounts. You can see all the details of the chart of accounts from here. And if you go to the setup of one of the account, you can choose the currency from here. You can see and feel to choose the account currency. You can see the installed currencies from here, and you can choose one of the currency according to your need, and all the moves that takes place inside this account would be recorded in the currency which we have mentioned here. So this is how you specify the currency in chart of accounts. So these are the features of multi-currencies in Odoo 16. That's all for today. Thank you.